Good evening, everybody. It's Sunday night in the train room. Another Jack of all trades video here. So we're doing Z-Scale tonight because this is the project that I've been working on that I'm closest to finishing. I have this base that you see here is actually the base for an HO project that I will be working on. I have to put some track down on the old cork road bed, which is haven't done it in years, and it's proven to be a little bit harder than I remember. So we're going to try to finish this, or at least get to a different stage of this before we go back to that one. But anyway, so Z-Scale it is. So this is the most recent update of my 20 by 28 inch Z-Scale layout. As you can see, this is the final track plan. The track is not glued down yet. I wanted to set this up on there just to show you guys where everything's gonna end up going. So simple track plan. I did want a little bit of action with it. That's why I put the turnouts in, so you could either, if you wanted to stage an engine, maybe another couple freight cars or something, you'll be able to do that. Because you could obviously the way it's set up, the length and everything, you could put a freight car here, maybe two freight cars here, and be able to have another engine to switch them out if you wanted to switch trains or whatever. I don't know. We'll see how it works. But anyway, just even to do operations, you put in one car to stage, pick up a car, move that one over. You could have a little bit of operations, a little bit of fun with it. So instead of just being a loop, that was mainly why I wanted the turnouts. And also for the Arca Stories grain elevator, which you can see is completed. So this was one of the hardest things I ever built. Definitely one of the most rewarding. I would recommend one of these to anybody who's doing a layout that has any little bit of an American rural area. Definitely do yourself a favor and go pick up one of these Arca Stories grain elevators. I sell them on my website. I have them where you can buy them, and I've said this before, so forgive me for repeating myself, but I have them where you can just buy them themselves. So you can get just the grain elevator, or you can also buy them with one of our new PS2 hoppers here that I have showed you before. You know, I got the Frito-Lay one because who doesn't like chips, as I said. But yeah, these come with them. There's a different road name with whatever grain elevator you get. There's different colors of these, so definitely look out for that. They're great cars. Detail is phenomenal in typical AZL style. They know how to make them, and it's attention to detail. So definitely, if you like these, pick up the grain elevator that comes with one of them. And you can buy these individually as well. I mean, we do sell the hoppers by themselves. If you wanted to get a grain elevator that came with a hopper and then maybe add an additional one, you can do that. Here I am messing with this and trying to talk to you guys, and we just screwed things up. So let's put this on the track, put it into place where I was going to. I'm better at this than you would actually think. So let's reset this. There we go. So anyway, just to give you a little more detail here, if I could actually keep things straight here with the camera. So you can see the little flume that's right here that's coming out. I wanted to make sure that that was in the center of the car, which I know you can't really tell with this angle, but it is like right in the center of the top of the car to make it look like that's where you would actually pack a car in to get filled with grain or whatever. And then for the elevator itself, I actually ended up using, since I'm doing this HO project, I had some extra road bed, the cork road bed, which I actually glued this down. It's not on there completely how I'd like it to be, but it'll work out. So I actually glued this on the road bed. There's a little bit extra space in the back, but we'll clean that up when we put some more scenery in here. But putting that on there actually worked out perfect to give me the right height. So putting it up to since the Rokuhan track already has the road bed on it, if I was putting it just straight on the layout next to the track, this would have been too low and it would have clipped the car. So I didn't want to back it up and have it look unrealistic. So this actually worked out really perfect. So that's just something you guys can look for in the future, any Z-Scale projects. If you need something to be level with the track, just your common cork road bed that you would get at like any hobby shop or online, This is all you need. I mean, it's the perfect height. So that was just kind of something I stumbled on when I was looking for something to make sure it was going to be level with the track. And as you can see, it worked out perfect. So obviously, we won't have these lips here. Like, it's not going to stay like this. Like, this is going to get built up in here with scenery, so it's not going to look like you have a, I mean, this would be like a 3-foot step if you're comparing it to Z scales. So that wouldn't be realistic to get up to these steps. So we're going to build it up. We're going to have some more scenery in there and go from there. So anyway, so that's the main focal point, I would think, of the layout. I mean, the grain elevator is right in the middle. It's going to be a farm scene, kind of a very light farm scene. There's not going to be like animals. It's just going to be like a pickup spot. I won't have any fields or anything, but as you can see, I do have the mound here. So this was actually pieces of foam that I glued and screwed together, and then built around it with a form of Sculptamold. It worked out pretty good. I have some of that right here, actually. So this is Celluclay, it's called. This was a Michael's Craft Store thing. Just mix it with water. I've used this on my other layout that you've seen, my other Z-Scale project layout. So definitely, it works out good. I mean, I have no complaints with it. Once it hardens up and you paint it, you can't tell any difference with it. So, but this is going to be covered, as I think I've told you guys, fall foliage theme layout. So we're going to take this Woodland Scenics clump foliage. That's one of the best things about Z-Scale, one of the many things, is you can just put all this clump foliage together, put it on a mountain or whatever, and it looks like trees, because that's the scale it is. You don't need to go in with individual trees. You can cover a mound with this and it's going to look like a wooded forest. So this is the fall mix, as I said, and as you can see, so all these colors, I'm just going to pour this into a box, mix it all together, and we'll just pick at it a little bit at a time, so there's a perfect blend all over the layout. I don't know if I'm going to need another one of these. I might. We'll see, because I'm going to cover this entire mound in it, and then I plan on like doing the edges out here, around here, in the back, and like up along the river. There's going to be ballast here, like where the track is, but like I was going to do like ballast, a little bit of foliage, and then you have the canyon where the river is going to go. So so as far as scenery goes, this is what we got so far. So two things here. We got blended turf. So I will do a full coat in blended turf. I'm going to repaint this again. The track, as I said, is not glued down. This is not permanent. This is just to show you. But I'm gonna repaint it again, and probably on the last paint job, while the paint's still wet, I'm just gonna mix white glue right into it. Then we'll take the blended turf, we'll put it over everything, probably everything but the river, because once this is painted to where I need to, then I can start adding like the dirt and the gravel. So we'll start with this for the base. Let me rewind a little bit and show you this. So Woodland Scenics, I used their earth undercoat to paint the whole thing. It leaves a nice like earth-like coat, as you can see. That way you're not just doing this, you're not just gluing ground turf right to pink foam. That way if you chip it, you're not just seeing like the Pink Panther coming out at you. So yeah, the earth undercoat's great. If this gets chipped, there is white underneath from the Sculptamold. So sometimes it fades, and it actually gives it a nice looking like rock feature almost, as I've noticed on my other layout that's kind of getting, that I've had for like 2 years now. But as it's faded, it seems like where there's not foliage at and kind of coming down the side, it's like it's faded to the point of where the paint's like kind of sucked into the Sculptamold, where it's not as brown anymore, it's more whitish, but it does kind of give it a rocky look. It was neat how that kind of just did it itself. Anyway, I'm rambling on here. So blended turf, yeah, that's going to be all over the whole thing except the river. I got this coarse ballast because I thought this would work out good to make like a gravel lot. It kind of matches the roadbed, the cork roadbed underneath the grain elevator. So I'm actually thinking about using this to kind of build this up, kind of make it like some sort of gravel area. Like maybe we'll have the regular ballast coming in, just the fine gray ballast like you would see under real railroad tracks, excuse me. But but I thought about like making an area and using like some of the coarse ballast just around the buildings. Like we'll have gray ballast in between the sidings here and along this side, but maybe just kind of around here, maybe around the back, just to level this up to make it look more realistic, and it'll blend in with the road bed. So we got that there. Got some Bachmann Scenescapes gravel. So this, I'm thinking, this more along the lines I was thinking about using in the riverbed. Of course, I may do the same thing with this that I told you with this coarse ballast. It may look better to use like this style gravel on here, and I could actually even paint this road bed. I have paint to use to paint road beds. So if you were using it on an HO track, you could just paint the road bed and you wouldn't even have to ballast it. It's supposed to look like more like ballast. So I have the gray paint, which I might do. We'll see where we are when we get to it. So this is another thing, but I figured even for the river, just sprinkle some of this in here and there just to give it a rock effect. I might even just go outside, and when it's dry out, because it's Western PA here and it likes to rain a lot, just get some dry dirt and put that at the bottom, whatever we can to make it realistic. So, and then we got our Woodland Scenics Realistic Water. I've never used this stuff. I've never done a water feature before. It's just nothing. Like my other layout's set up for one that I never finished. But we're going to try this, and I have some deep blue water undercoat. Now, they say you can, like with this, you would want to paint this on the inside, which I don't know if I want to paint that, or if I just want to, like, you know, maybe take like a Dixie cup or something and mix a little bit of paint in with the realistic water to kind of just give it the shade instead of making it look like it's just completely blue underneath here. I do want it to be darker. That's why I went with the deep blue as opposed to like the turquoise blue, which is their lighter color that they make. I just wanted it to be like more, since this is a fall theme. I felt like the deeper blue, almost black water. Whoever on here, if you've ever been to Blackwater Falls, West Virginia in the fall, the way the water, it looks like it's black water. So from going over the falls there, it's been a long time since I researched that, so correct me if I'm wrong. There's a story behind that, but anyway, like I wanted it to be a darker water, so that's why I went with this. So rambling again, my apologies, forgive me, thanks for putting up with me. I got these to weather the track with. We're gonna give it a little bit of a rust color, a little bit of black for some oil stains. Never used this before. As you've seen on one of my other videos, I showed you of the possibility of using charcoal to weather track. I still haven't gone back to that because it was kind of a rough try when I did it for the first time, and I did it on film without really researching any of that. So I think that could work. I think maybe if we grind it up a little more, you could use it for good weathering powder. So that's definitely a possibility. The last structure I had after building this grain elevator being so strenuous and very tedious work, I wanted to take a break from building structures. So I'm going to come back and do this one last. But this is the Dunkirk Yard Tower. Now, I'm not sure if this actually is two buildings in here, if there's or if this is just alternate ways you can build this. So I'll have to look into that and see exactly how that goes, or maybe this is just that without the roof. I don't know. I haven't built one of these, and I don't think I looked really up close at it on Z-Track's video. But yeah, we're gonna build this last, and this is probably gonna go like right about here. I'm thinking, you know, is kind of just going into the turnout. You see the signal tower. We'll try to get it. I don't want it to be too close to the track because I don't want to. I want to still have room for the ballast and everything. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with that. But definitely around here somewhere. I just thought, you know, maybe wherever the structures are, keep them kind of close, and then run like the gravel lot from the grain elevator to the signal tower, or maybe something like that. We'll see. So, but this is definitely the last thing I'm going to build and add to the project here. So I know it's going to be tedious like this one, but I know it'll be worth it. And Arca Stories does make some good things. I mean, It's tough to put together. This is cardboard. It's not like a plastic Walthers kit or something like that where you're dealing with HO or even N scale that's bigger. It is hard. There's a lot of small parts, but believe me, this is worth it to build one of these. I can't say enough good things about it. And the only I don't even call it a downside. It's small, but you know, like any good thing, it takes work. So rambling on again. So last thing, if you're going to do Z-scale, you can't do it without a good screwdriver. I've showed you guys these before. There's four different size bits to this. Phillips and flat, different sizes, two of each different size. Get yourself one of these only on Z-Track. Rob sells them, and you can't do Z-scale without one of these. So go pick one up. Last thing I'll show you, as you've seen in my other videos, I got my, if I can get the camera right here, my Alco Penn Central RS3s here. And this is the first time I'm actually running them on this layout. I bought these first and then realized I need to make a good layout for these. And that's when I was like, you know what, it's time to do another Z-scale project, and that's kind of what got me into this. So, yeah, you know, check this out. Thanks for looking at the progress. This is one of the easiest things to build, guys. Definitely a small layout that could be on an end table. You can put it on a shelf. More benefits to Z-scale. You hear me say, like, there's so many benefits to this scale, and it's not just because I sell them. It's truly a great scale and a lot of fun. So, yeah, you can do a lot with this. The one thing I still don't have for this yet is a base. I'm looking for like a 28-inch. I might even settle for 30-inch, and I could just build it up with more Sculptamold along the sides. But I'm looking for a 30-inch disc, 30-inch radius disc. I can cut the sides off. That's no big deal. And then I need it to be an inch, because when I do the wiring with these, as you can see, the turnout wires right here are not into the controller. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to drill into the wood base. I'm going to put 3 power jacks in. So the turnouts will eventually, since this is the bigger Rokuhan controller, I can go over this right away. So you have your power wire, you have this for accessories if I wanted to put lights in here, and then you have your switches for your turnouts. I'm sorry, you can't even see it. So power, accessory, and then turnout switches. So what I'm going to do is put 3 power jacks in the base of the layout. I'll have to splice the wires and solder them back together. I got some heat shrink tubing in there for them. So there'll be holes drilled probably right here, and then probably over here, because I'm going to solder the wires directly to the track. I did that with my old one, so I won't need my feeder track in the back there. I'll probably switch that out and just hang on to it for other projects. But we'll solder the wires directly to the track. But at least you'll be able to, instead of plugging these in like they're going directly to the track, you'll be able to plug them into a power jack. So then this layout will be completely portable. I do have the AC adapter, but this is battery powered. You can put batteries in this, and use it wherever you want. So yeah, that's something I want to do, and it helps when you do it that way, because then like the layout itself doesn't have wires hanging off of it that can get ripped or whatever. The wiring goes from the controller, gets plugged in, you can unplug it, and then you can put the layout away, do whatever, put it on display. So again, still don't have a base for it. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, or where I'm going to find it, because I've found some of them and they're ridiculously expensive. I'll let these guys go a little more. I've found them on like restaurant sites where they sell because that's basically what it is. It's a tabletop. And I've found those, and some of them are just like, they're ridiculously expensive. They want like $70 for it. And I'm like, I'm not paying that much. So, and then if you find one a lot cheaper, it's just not, it doesn't have the width, the 1-inch width or whatever. So I got to have at least 1 inch to put the jacks in. So we'll see what we get for that. 2-inch would be better if I could actually find one, but we'll see. And again, I don't want the thing to be so weighted and so heavy, so I figure 1 inch is probably fine. It's already going to be heavy enough once everything's put together, and the wood itself. So So we will see, but that's the update. I have taken up far too much of your time. This is the longest video I've ever done, actually. But I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys do enjoy this. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get good at making videos and they'll be more enjoyable to watch, but you never know. So we're trying. But yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know. I know it's not the most perfect layout, but you know what? It's getting there, and it's gonna look good when it's done. So, check out everything I got for your Z-Scale needs at uszscale.com. I'll leave the link in the description. Follow us on we're on the other social medias. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Jag of all trades. We're on there. So there's not just train stuff. That just seems to be the majority of it. But yeah, check us out. I'll leave a link for US Z-Scale and for the link trees in the description of my page. So check us out for all your Z-Scale needs. Share the channel, like, subscribe, turn that bell icon on so you get notified when I post new videos. Even though I'm not on a schedule, I just kind of get them in when I can. So hope I haven't taken up too much of your time. And if you are still awake, hopefully, thank you, and hopefully we'll see you next time. All righty. Bye-bye.